You guys like ZVitor. I like ZVitor. And I'm glad that you guys like ZVitor as well. Today though, I want to spread the love and draw some attention to one of ZVitor's Padawans. A fella by the name of Douglas Balden, Illusionista, made their own Marvel game with the help of ZVitor and asked if I would be interested. I was, so I decided to take a look, and I will say that I am not disappointed. The game in question, Avengers United Battle Force, is available on Doug's site along with other games he's created. Should you be interested, you know where the links are by now. This game in particular was last updated in 2017 and is still considered an incomplete game, but hopefully this video will inspire them to work on it some more. So onto the game. Avengers United Battle Force, or AUBF,
God, I gotta work on that acronym,
is a 2D side-scroller beat-em-up for 1 or 2 players. It follows an original story and is inspired by the Captain America and the Avengers arcade game. It certainly feels like an arcade game in both the good and bad way. So let's get into the game and find out why. The first thing you'll notice is that there are several different modes to unlock. However, you must complete the story mode if you want to access them. Your first task will be to choose your character, each having their own stats, moves and colour palettes. For some of the characters, a different costume will change their moveset, and other characters will have an extra mode available to them, which I can only assume would also change their moveset. However, I wasn't entirely sure how to do it. There are even some characters you can unlock as you play through the game. There's only a small amount at the minute, and I won't reveal all of them to you, but in order to encourage you to unlock them all I have to do is show you this. You have many options of characters here, and they're made up of either a comic or a film star. Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Jeremy Renner, Mark Ruffalo, Crims Hemsworth, Paul Bettany, Don Cheadle, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Tigra, Hugh Jackman, Beast, Emma Frost, Abigail Brand, Black Cat, and Spider-Woman. We then get a slideshow of the game's plot. Hydra are attacking the city for no apparent reason, and S.H.I.E.L.D. is reporting signs of Tiger Shark. Something fishy is going on. Beast arrives suddenly and offers his help, and the Avengers jump into action. There is very little in terms of a story, so I'm not going to focus on it this time. After all, we're here for the violence. Next, a comic book style tutorial shows you the controls. One button attacks and continuous presses makes a combo. You have a block button, you can attack in the air, double pressing a direction makes you either run or dash, dodging up and down, not everyone can do it. God damn it, Chris. Wee. You can also attack while running. You've got a wake up attack, a health draining surround attack, special attacks that require directional inputs, an ultimate attack, and the ability to call for reinforcements. Some of the moves are also hidden, and the game encourages you to try and find them. It sounds like a lot, but it's easy to remember, not as easy to pull off. In short, the controls have the potential to be fidgety and frustrating. Simple actions like walking and punching are as easy as taking a piss, but performing the special moves and the ultimate moves often don't register, resulting in you punching the air or being hit while trying to pull off a special move, or even worse, hurting yourself with the surround attack while trying to perform an ultimate move. I honestly do not like the fact that I have to do a 4-press input to do a ultimate move when I'm in a sticky situation, when all I really need is 1, at most 2, to unleash my hate on the enemy. 4 is way too long of a command in a beat-em-up game. Other than that though, they are decent enough and functional. The mechanics are familiar to beat-em-up regulars. Smash stuff for items or traps, you've got a health bar, a number of lives per credit, a super bar, and even branching paths. Granted, only 1 right now, but maybe in the future there will be more. Each of the characters' movesets has varying properties, adding a lot of variety to the gameplay, especially when it comes to ultimate moves. Some of them summon a sidekick, some of them are big screen attacks, and some of them are rather unique in their execution. They can also be arse-fuckingly powerful and almost one-shot bosses. After picking up an Avengers symbol, you can use it to call for backup, meaning another random hero will come in and perform an attack to help you out. Again, ranging from big attacks to unique ones like Scarlet Witch turning enemies into cans of pop, which you can then drink to heal yourself. Is that still cannibalism? However, this also suffers from the same flaw as the ultimate move. It doesn't always register and you often get hurt trying to do it or end up punching the air. Levels are pretty straightforward too. Move to the right, beat up foes and dominate a boss at the end. However, it doesn't get dull quick.
Not all the levels are built the same, and some of them have something unique about them to make them stand out.
Like this machine gun turret you can use to hit flying enemies. Enemies do put up a good challenge and the variety is quite numerous, some of which you can recognise from other games. A few of the enemies will require you to be smart about your fighting tactics, but the majority are cannon fodder and can be beaten to near death in the name of justice. Most of the enemies are decently programmed and attack at a reasonable rate. There are some that attack too often and can hit you when they aren't level with you. This issue mainly affects range units the most as they tend to fire very quickly and spam their attacks, at times making it hard to move or even to hit them. They can also feel like punching bags made out of adamantium, which can and will slow the game down to a crawl at times.
Steel Flash! Steel Flash! Target Star! Let's go! Let's go! Too slow!
Playing with a second player might make this problem better, but I can't say for sure as I didn't have one. Some of the bosses, on the other hand, are some of the best parts of the game. The roster of bosses is made up of characters from different universes, including recognisable ones like Tiger Shark, to the more obscure ones like Militant. The better bosses have had some thought put into them, and are quite enjoyable. An example of a good boss fight is the fight against Tactical Force. You have to fight him on the back of a moving lorry. He'll fly around the screen and there are several tells to his attacks which force you to fight tactically and effectively by recognising and reacting. Or demonstrate a knowledge of gun safety by punching this turret to shoot him. An example of a bad boss though are any of the bosses that behave like an arcade game trying to milk you. No tell to their moves and attack in one frame with hard to avoid or unavoidable attacks. Attacking from off screen and summoning new tanky enemies the second you kill the current ones that you're being swamped with. These cheap as shit bosses hurt what is otherwise an enjoyable experience. The sound design is pretty good as well. The music has been exported from other titles, so you might get some nostalgia tingles from them, but original voice acting has been used on some of the bosses.
America, you're not going anywhere. Hail light.
It's not much, but I do appreciate the effort. It might sound bad because of the bit crushing, but I think it works here because of the image of the game and what it's inspired by. Speaking of image, the graphics are very good. The player sprites are a collection of ripped and developer created models. Some of them look out of place when you compare them to each other, but overall, they match the game it was inspired by. The animations on the created models are solid, they're smooth and the attacks blend together beautifully. The visual effects on super attacks are satisfying and highlight the power of your moves, and the camera zoom when you land a final hit on a boss is a very nice touch. Really emphasises the dick slices you do. The backgrounds look great too. It also matches the look of the game it was inspired by, and they feel huge because of their ever-changing structure and layout. However, with level design, there are a lot of dick moves in there. And I'm not necessarily talking about swarming you with tanky enemies. There are moments where you'll bash open a barrel or a container and there'll be a bomb inside. You are actually able to block an explosive, but the reactions you need have to be very fast, otherwise you get hit. And other times there are traps in the level that you've got no way of avoiding, and sometimes you jump headfirst into them because you had to. And some of these traps, I could swear, are just there to piss you off and drain health. Like here. How the hell was I supposed to avoid that? That wasn't even clever design. That was just being a dick. So, final thoughts? I would definitely recommend this one. Like ZVitor's games, it has a lot of love and passion put into it. Unfortunately, it also suffers from similar flaws you find in ZVitor's game, mainly over-aggressive enemies and some underdeveloped and just piss-take bosses. Despite that though, fun times are to be had here, and there is real potential for this game to evolve into something even better. It needs some work, but clearly the developers are competent and I'm confident in their ability to improve it. Should they decide to work on this one some more, you can be as sure as shit I'll be coming back to do an updated review on it. Once again, if you're interested, you know where the links are by now, and if you have actually tried this one for yourself, let me know your thoughts below. And that was Avengers United Battle Force. Thanks for watching everyone, and remember you're always welcome at the Spectrum.